Alright folks, so today we are working on some fuel injectors. We're going to pull the old parts off. We've already pulled the O-rings, filters out of some of them. We need to pull the rest of these filters. You can see that filter right in there. And we're going to run it through the ultrasonic cleaner. And then we're going to run it through the tester. We'll show you all that. And I'm also going to show you how I pull these filters. Alright folks, whenever I've rebuilt fuel injectors in the past, I've always replaced the filter and O-rings and any other serviceable parts on them. So you can see here, there's just an example of what an old filter looks like here, and then a new filter above. Nice clean filter, should help the fuel flow cleanly. So the way I do it, and most people do it, is I've got a screw that's threaded up in the vise here, and you can see the filter still in there. What we're going to do is thread that on, just like that, a couple of turns, and then we'll give it a tug. And there's part of the filter. Do it again. And there it is. Old filter's on the screw. Nice clean opening. We'll press that new filter in there after it comes out of the ultrasonic cleaner. Then we'll get it tested. Alright folks, the next step in rebuilding these fuel injectors is to get them into the ultrasonic bath. This cleaner right now I've got it set to about 110 degrees. We're going to run it for 15 minutes. You got to be really careful with these fuel injectors, or at least my understanding is you need to be careful. Some people just plop them right into the bath. I'd rather not do that with the electronic connectors here, so what I've done is I've rigged up this extremely phallic looking little bracket. We'll get these set up into the bracket, and then we'll just hang that over the edge of our container, and that will allow the important bits to soak in the simple clean bath. It can run for its 15 minutes, and then we can pull it out without ever getting anything into the electronics. Those fuel injectors are sitting there in the bath. All we have to do is get this thing started. We're going to set the timer for 15 minutes, and we're off to the races. Okay, so the fuel injectors have come out. The one on the right is the newly cleaned injector. The one on the left is still dirty and yet to be cleaned, and they look pretty good after coming out of that ultrasonic bath. So the thing I'll do next is to install the filter, and that's a pretty straightforward process. You just put it in, and we're going to give it a little tap with a hammer. You see how that's sitting proud there? We just want to make it flush with the top of the fuel injector. And then we're going to throw an O-ring on it for testing. So we're set up here in the back of the truck. We've got these test leads connected, and we're going to hook all this up here, push down on the top of this can to get some pressure, and then run through a few tests. Good. Good enough.